YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, look over there. So this time we haven't really talked about this. We've just done the last video where we spent £500 brand new.
Actually, it wasn't brand new. It was out of a shop.
Out of a shop online.
Going to a retailer online and buying stuff and getting enough to get you to a gig.
Yeah, that would be pretty much guaranteed it was going to be good. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
And we got everything that we wanted for £500.
Now £500. I can do it enough lot cheaper than £500 for this. If we're looking up Facebook Marketplace.
See, to be honest with you, you could set up a band for £500 in Facebook Marketplace. You could. Yeah.
Do we go for 100? But you can't get a gig in guitar and a gig in amp for £100. You get
free.
200, 300,
£300.
£300.
What could you get for 500? It'd be interesting to show them. Do you know what I mean? What the difference?
I don't know. But to be honest, would be out my rate. No, not really. No,
not when you include the amp.
No, not when you include the amp. No.
I think what we should do is go for £500 just to show you what the difference is, because it is a magnificent difference. Right. We're gonna have to go into separate things on Facebook Marketplace. Well, we can actually do it all from Marketplace.
I'll put it back to thingy.
If we look at the guitars.
I keep forgetting that's what you guys are saying. So if I put that down to.
So we're looking at the basics, right? So what we want to have is a guitar, an amp,
and then hold on 2 seconds. There we go. Yes, right.
Are we there?
Yeah, we're there. We're on. Right.
So what we'll do is we'll look at Marketplace.
You need a band. There's a trio pedal. All you need is stick a guitar on it that changes the effect depending on which backing track you've got.
We can both basically pick the same setup here. We can both just say, right, this is what we're buying. Buy one setup for £500 rather than two.
Yeah.
Right, so what we'll start off with is we'll have a quick scan through. See if we just have a look through.
Today's picks it. Marketplace likes to choose. I was like, oh, I remember I was looking up Scale Electric's cars. Was I ever?
Lock bass that you just passed there. Look at that.
BC Junkies. It'll be in America somewhere. Slap bang the centre in America. It's okay. Yeah. I've got to scan down here until I get to guitars or musical instruments, and it puts up.
There we go. See all. Oh well. Okay. Same difference.
Yes. Bang.
Right. Free amps. I've seen that. That's been about for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, but the free amps is never free amps.
Yeah.
They're bastards. Gear clear it. I hate these. I forget.
Let's just have a quick scan, see just a quick rundown, see what it is. Oh, nice Telecasters.
Oh, no, that doesn't work. Right. Famous bass, Harley Benton, Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, there's actually quite a lot to think about. Oh, aye. Right, they're a Fender Champion 100-watt amp. Right, the Fender Champion 100-watt amp is a 2x12 solid state amp. It's basically the solid state version of the Twin.
Right.
The Fender Twin.
Right.
Now it's a 100-watt amp and it's really loud. But it's really loud.
I think if you look at their amazing condition, clean and distorted, and it's in capital letters loud.
Right. But what they're known for is being clean amps. It's a solid state amp, so it's got a higher volume basically before it starts to break up and distort. Yeah. So that is a brilliant amp. Its only downfall is it's a wee shade heavy because it's got two 12-inch drivers in it. Yeah. But I bought one of them and took broken.
Oh, is that the one that you used for your 2x12? It's one of them, alright?
I bought one of them with the amp section broken and just basically unplugged the amp section and bolted over the top of it, and I've got a Fender 2x12 with two excellent drivers in it. Because essentially the drivers that are in them are the same or very similar to what's in the Twin. Yeah. The tube one. And
look at it. It looks like a.
It does. And
you just get all you need is a bucky label to put over the bit that says Champion, so that people think it's a valve amp and it's above it.
And one of the nice things about that amp also is that it's really nice for effects. See, for putting stuff through, you've got an effects loop in the back. Unfortunately, not in the front, is it?
It's got an effects level. No, it's in the back. Preamp out, power amp in.
Yeah.
Oh no, is that not effects like pre and power? Out in. Preamp out, power amp in.
Maybe.
No,
maybe.
It's not.
I can't actually remember, but I'm sure there's something in the back of those amps. But that's a good example of a really good loud amp for gigging with. If you want to go and play gigs.
That's quite new as well. There's your. It's got effects as well of some sort. So it'll have a reverb and a.
I think that's what that is.
A delay and a chorus.
Has it? Voice. It's got a voice thing there. This is not the version of the amp that I bought, by the way. This is a newer version.
Yeah, there's only one picture. It's not very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
And that's a 100-watt 2x12 combo.
And there's no way that's not giggable in every single easily way. That's loud enough to play along with a drum kit, and when there's no PA to plug it through.
Yeah, and it's also got a really good balanced EQ, so you can make it a great platform for pedals. So you can basically stick Well, it's got the switch there, see that?
Yep.
So you can switch between the clean and the dirty channel anyway, so you've got effectively a distortion pedal if you're on a real... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you've got one of your... it's got a reverb or whatever, then you've got your Behringer pedal board, which was not really going to get pedals cheaper than... That's where this is not going to be any different now. Because buying them second hand, you're not really going to be able to get the exact Behringer pedals you want. No. Or if they're second hand, they're
probably going to get better anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because what we're going to do is you can tie in stuff like eBay. Once you've got locally, if you've been able to find something locally. That Line 6 lowdown is a bass amp, right? But it's a really good bass amp for the money.
That's 175 quid.
Line 6 gets a funny name because it done that horrible bloody
spider.
combo. Oh man, but that's surprisingly good. And it's an easily giggable amp.
Aye, what, how many? 300 watts?
Right, yeah. See, the reason why I know this is because I've seen a lot. See, doing these 5 gigs a night things, you used to see a lot of these kinds of amps coming through as what they had. Because it was their new bands and their new players, and it's cheap, but they're really good.
Yep.
It's got the same kind of vibe as that wee Ashdown thing I've got, where it defies its price.
Well, that's even for the Sabbath band. That's me, and that must have fuzz on it. That must be a wah-wah, and that must be a tuner, so I don't need anything else.
I just don't even know what the foot switch is.
It looks like that. It's definitely a wah-wah on the side. Is it some sort of effect unit that goes with it? Yeah. Or is it actually...
See, what I liked about them was
4 programmable channel memories.
Oh, well, there you go.
So you get 4 different channels, and then so that must...
But the thing about them is that as a platform for a loud bass, decent sounding one, that they can achieve it.
Yeah.
Usually find the cheap effects are pretty nasty and not really that usable, or you really wouldn't use them that much. But for likes of fuzz and overdrive and whatnot, it's probably perfect. So what have we looked at so far? See, so much tasty stuff.
A mini pedal board.
It's quite small though.
It's for mini pedals.
See that there, that lava me guitar, why is that only 76
It's not, it can't be. Someone said me that, it can't be.
Look at it though, it is.
It's not.
It is.
Look at the size of the picture. It's somebody been
It is though.
No.
It is.
No, I'm telling you, somebody's...
Honestly, I think we should message that. Just
no, I'm telling you, there's something going on there, and somebody is thinking it's really funny to try and sell a guitar that should be £1,000.
500 quid, yeah.
They're more than that.
For the wee one, the wee parlour one.
Oh right, maybe not. Yeah, but I think I've seen that before, and it's like, you know, they're basically just going, yeah, I'm pure annoying lots of people by them wanting to see this guitar, and it doesn't even exist. I just did it for a laugh. Look at us.
I want to kill people.
I want to kill people. I want to kill a couple of people. Oh, wasn't Ivan as Iceman?
Oh, $650 though. It's outside our price range.
It's only
black electric guitar. Black electric guitar.
That's what.
See these people that advertise things. It's a black electric guitar.
I always like the ones with all the different ways of spelling acoustic.
Come on, yeah.
And not getting There's Taylor's 5-string jazz bass.
Squire Strat for 85 quid with upgrades. Let me see with the upgrades. Give me a look at that guy.
Squire Strat.
Yeah.
There's that. Yeah. Affinity series.
But look at the
Wilkinson tuners.
Yeah.
And some gold replacement hardware. Not being too specific about that.
Also, the wiring pots have been upgraded
at some point.
So not by him. So it's been done.
Yeah. That there's also.
Looks okay.
There's a discrepancy in the pickups.
Yeah, colours.
As in one of them is it's another one.
Yeah.
And these are definitely not the same knobs that were the same as these pickups were the same as these. And
right.
That's one of those Chinese necks.
It smacks of upgraded guitar.
Yes, but that's one of those necks I got in China with the mother of pearl on the fingerboard. It's not.
It looks okay, doesn't it? How much
looks
is it?
Okay. That's it. Gold. Some gold hardware. Maybe they couldn't get the bridge to fit.
How much is it?
75 quid.
So that smells like something that's been upgraded.
85 quid.
Something. The potentially though, you get good pickups in there. Potentially.
Wilkinson.
Good tuners.
Good tuners.
It's been soft, hard-tailed.
Yeah, small block.
But it's okay.
Yeah, it's not a. It's a Squire body, but that's one of those.
Well, that's Swaylord.
Yeah, that's one of those.
Oh no, was that say Frankensteinocaster?
Frankensteinocaster.
Frankensteinocaster.
No
so
problem
it's a
with
parts
that.
caster.
Yes, that neck, see, just because it's got those
Dots.
the dots that are like that. I mean, they're good. At one point they were only like 35, 40 quid, but they are good. It depends whether that guy knows how to do a fret job or not, because obviously you don't get it with a fret job on.
I think it does smell. It's got that thing about it that's been upgraded in some way, so that's a potential for 85 quid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably knock that down to 75 quid.
It depends who you are buying it though, because that's like how well does that play? It depends. I mean, there's a few guitars in the back. That doesn't mean the guy knows how to do it.
The nice thing about this is we can go to these people's houses and try them.
And Presponens.
But just it's fantasy guitar land we're in just now.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, right. See the map in the corner, Tranent, Presponens.
Yeah, Preston Pans.
Preston Pans. I think Tranent. Yeah.
Apple Schmapp.
That's where I got this amp.
Alright.
So that, and if we're talking about the ones that you could buy, there you go. I'll buy that. So that gives me £470 to find a guitar.
Literally does though.
Literally
but this is the point. We've found a guitar. It's not the one that I want to buy, but 85 quid, and it smells like it's been upgraded in some way. The neck looks not right. And in a right way. over the thing, the top about all that buying stuff online, that one you've got to go and pick up so you can play it. And if it's not brilliant, you do have to drive to the other side of Edinburgh. But hey, but this is fantasy guitar.
This is fantasy guitar. And I'm driving my fantasy guitar safari. That sounds like a really clickbait title. I'll use that. Yeah. See, there's a Fender Squire.
Another Squire.
Again.
Keep going.
There's the PV EXP.
Now we know that's a good guitar, and that one actually has got the piezo pickup.
It does, and I've got another one through there. The one that I'm going to put the Octoblast wiring in.
Oh right, okay.
I don't have the right neck, but I do have
that one is a really high quality guitar, as we know.
Yes.
But this has also got a piezoelectric bridge in it, which is a really good one. It's worth more than the guitar.
Yeah.
What people done when these guitars came out was bought the guitar and ditched the guitar and kept the bridge. And
then they give it to you 20 years later?
Well, yeah. Well, no, I had it for years and gave it to one of my pals to paint, and we forgot all about it. And it ended up in his loft for more than a decade. But it's a great guitar.
That's definitely not the same. It's definitely not the one you had, because they didn't have the piezo bridge, and
it'd been taken out.
And that's not that doesn't say stash on it.
Not anymore.
On that one.
But yeah, so as a guitar and all rounder, that's actually
220 quid. Yeah. That you're £120.
And then look next door, right next door to it, there's a G5N effects bank. See, if you look at that, that's 5 effects pedals. No, 4 effects pedals and an expression pedal.
Yep, and they've got 4 knobs for each one. So
what you can do is you can actually assign each one from a bank, so it's.
You can see there's other pedals that you're not controlling as well. That was like 3 preampy things, the 4 pedals that you're controlling just now, and then another 2 pedals and it's
stuff there. It's actually quite good.
Oh, you're never
tap tempable, which is great.
Yeah.
So
I bet it's got a looper in it as well.
And it's also got, if you look at, is there any more pictures? See if you look at the arse end of this thing.
No.
It's got a stereo out, so you can plug it right into a DAW.
Right.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got a lot of facilities for gigging with.
Mm.
So if you ever get into the situation where you can't get your amp out or whatever else, you can actually take that straight to a DI box or directly to the desk.
Yep, and everything's in one box.
Everything's there, and you've got an amp emulator, and you can actually feed it through the monitors at the front, so you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
So it's a good backup, and it's only 130 quid. And it's not that far away from that Strat.
Shorts, right?
Yeah. So that's 250 quid. 350 quid for that PV EXP and that Zoom.
And then if you add on the Fender amp, actually,
well, no, we're still
we're just looking through random things just now. We've still got to type in.
I mean, there's an iron label guitar. You could get that one and just look for.
It's a baritone guitar as well.
I know. You could literally get that, and you could buy that and stick a capo on it and treat it like a normal guitar, and then just take the capo off, and you've got a baritone. Look at that. Fancy a baritone. No, I can't. No, it's not practical.
And it's
Turn up to a gig with that and you'll get laughed out of the place.
Well, it depends what kind of gig, I suppose.
What's that SG we passed? Just out of interest.
A vintage SG.
See, again, that's a brilliant guitar.
Yeah,
we know they're good.
Yeah, I've had a couple. Small gouge of the first fret. One man's small gouge is another one's Grand Canyon.
Yeah, it's true. But we know these guitars from experience are good.
They are good.
Like right out of the back.
That's 110 quid.
Yeah, so you could literally take that and gig it.
And if someone's selling it for 110 quid, they're taking 100
quid.
Assuming there's you can find anything wrong with it at
so
all.
You could literally buy 2 guitars. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could buy that on top of the other stuff that I bought and the amp, and I've got 2 guitars, effects, and an amp.
Yeah. For the same price as
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is crazy when you think about it. We've actually got a gigging rig.
There's a vintage white SG.
See, these are great guitars.
Above £150. Why do people say that? Above £150? It won't be £150 new. There must be 200 or 300, mustn't
it? Yeah. Well, a little over 3 months ago, we bought it second hand from there, by the sounds of things.
Oh, right.
It's just not bonded with it. I bought a little over 2 months ago, yeah. Still in perfect condition, just don't use it. So it was an impulse buy. Yeah. He was listening to his AC/DC and drinking some beer.
Oh, he was watching Sister Rosetta Thorpe, the one where she's playing in the railway station.
Before he knew it, there he was, owning an SG. It happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
See that V-tone acoustic driver? The pedal thing? Right, that's rubbish, right?
Is it?
But there's a V-tone driver pedal bass thing, and it's the same as a Tech 21 Sans amp. Literally the same. And they're like 20 quid. And to buy a Sans amp, is quite expensive.
Yeah. And in the V-tone,
that's the V-tone section.
I was talking about
one, and I sold it to my mate Martin for 20 quid. So that's what they go for, but it's the same as a Sans amp, and if you play the bass, it's amazing. Literally amazing. They're amazing things, Sans amps.
Maybe I'll have to look at that. I didn't. The problem that I had with mine was because I ran it on a battery, because I didn't realise you could get power supplies at the time. This is going back 20 years, and I left it plugged in one night. The battery went flat, and then the same thing happened a couple of weeks later, and it was like, fuck that. I can't afford having to remember to unplug the guitar when I'm not playing it. It makes you less likely to pick it up.
But they do one that it's a bass thing. I'll need to try and remember what it's called. Might know, but it is literally the same as a Sans amp, and they're so cheap. But when you're gigging your bass, it's great because you can drive.
That's an E-bass there. What do you reckon? Was it was that Behringer? How?
Aye.
Was that called Tone?
V-bass.
Oh, V-bass. I've actually got the
V-amp bass.
We're going to get the one I've got upstairs.
There, it's there.
That one there.
That one there.
Oh, I don't
What's
know
it called? Fuck off, box. That's it.
Tone BD1.
That's it. It's a Sans amp.
Literally
a Sans amp. It's like a distortion pedal for a bass, but it's the best one that you can get. It's great.
It's not expensive.
No. But the other thing is you can use it as you can take that straight to a DI box and straight out to a desk.
I saw the grounder thing on it.
Yeah.
So it's like your amp blows up.
There you go. Actually, what I used to have is had that on a board. That used to get laughed at all the time. Just that pedal. I had like other bass effects like compressor and sustainer and stuff. But that was always on my board and it was always used. It was brilliant. Really give you a nice warm, overdriven, natural sound through anything. That's cheap.
12 quid.
It's even with the postage.
That's one of those I've got.
See, I've got that as well, and that was really good.
I used to use it with Jesse Ray just purely because it had an input on the back and an input on the front, and a button to switch between them. Yeah. So I could play the keyboard through the back and then pick up the guitar and press a button. But
also, I've got one of them too, and they're really good.
I need to look mine out. I basically had it.
Got it somewhere.
I had it on my wall, just like recessed into the roof, because I thought it kind of looked like a targeting computer.
But that's also got that pedal thing built into it, so it's got that facility to get that good sound. But there's a lot of modelled stuff in there that's absolute nonsense. I
mean,
actually, some of it's not bad.
I saw bands and download one of I can't remember which band it was, but wasn't the first band on the main stage, and the bass player had one of them on a rack mount thing.
And they're good. I mean, as far as it being like a Tech 21 Sandram,
it's got fuzz on it.
It does it.
Yeah. Right, where was this?
I actually used it in a band. Playing bass, a covers band. That's my effects. There's that Laney. What's that?
£50 hardcore max. That's a tiny thing.
Oh, right, okay, forget
that's 10 watt or something.
Okay.
Markenberg masterpiece. Jazz Master Deluxe. I don't know.
What's the other one we just passed by? The Woody one. 75 quid.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not even built yet. Forget it.
No, that just seems to be a bit.
It's the kit. Including soldering iron. So there you go.
Yeah. And burn marks. The guy ability for burn. Yeah.
Right. 100 quid for a digital reverb pedal's not bad. Look at that.
I like that. I see that. You look at that yellow bass, which I think looks amazing. It's yellow.
I was actually looking at the Strat, Dan Smith one, 82, 83. That's quite nice. So he says it's only 1,100 quid, but that's actually quite a good price for one of those Strats. And that's
this is a true Dan Smith,
yeah,
and not one of the later two-knob Strats.
Yeah. He made good Strats. Well, they made good Strats back then.
Fender brought Dan Smith in from Yamaha.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know these things. It's interesting.
Well, that's when the quality of the guitars went up. The necks got better and all of that stuff.
That's what basically we went to hold on. How come some of the Ibanez and the Squires are better than what we were doing? Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, that's way out.
We could chip in and have that and just play half a set each. And to build your own telly kit, I just would avoid that or anything. Like,
whose bass is that for 150 quid? Fire Exit 45, is that not a band? Are they not a Glasgow punk band, Fire Exit?
Fire. Oh. They were made. I don't know. There's no.
What?
Oh, no, that's just.
I'm sure it's something to do with a punk band in Glasgow.
Yeah. That looks very much like someone's just.
Fire Exit. I could be wrong. But it looks like basses that have been made for the celebration.
Yes, I don't think.
It looks like a cheap bass.
It doesn't look like 100. I do think the fact it's yellow is like it's very appealing to me.
It's not like a cool thing though. It's too much of a chance to be taken on something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be a cheapy Chinese number.
What's that Vox for 185 quid? Cambridge Reverb Twin.
Don't know.
Oh, that's a good amp. That's a great amp.
Should we?
No.
No.
No, it's a tranny amp, but it's a really good tranny amp. And again, the difference between the tranny amp and its valve brother or sister, however you want to look at it, it's a lot heavier. That's lighter, and it's a decent amp. And it's got one of these floors in the back.
About 30 watts, so it's a proper gigging amp.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, for 185.
And it's a Vox, so it's a good name.
It's a Vox, so you can play the Beatles on it as well.
Oh yeah.
I quite like those basses are really good. They're really good.
It's a Stag as well. They're good though.
Yeah, that's really good. I got one for an insane price. What was it? I think I paid a tenner for one. I was swapping a guy in Cumbernauld, and he wanted to swap it for something. It was like, it was a Bucky cast or something. Right. I was like selling it for 120 quid, and he's like, up here, I'll give you 100 quid on this crap jazzy bass thing. And I was looking at it, going, it's like a music. It was red, the one I had, but it was really good. They're good for 100 quid. It does say Stag on it though, which is it's gonna hurt your credibility. A Jim Deacon. There's Fire Exit with their own built-in. One of those wee 10 watt amps with guitars which I've still got to do there and I've not done anything with.
Now Harley Benton. 150 quid, 100. I mean, you know it's going to be a great guitar for that. It's going to be a very well specified guitar for that.
I wonder how much. This is the sort of thing where he says, "Oh,
it looks like it's maybe been upgraded, has it?" Heritage cherry sandblasted.
I don't think so. No, I think that just looks like it's soon to be ceramic, never opened. Right. But the thing about that is, you wonder how much did that actually cost new. You'd have to look that up. Go up. It seems like a good 150.
One of the things about those guitars is that they actually set up really good. I mean, they set up really well to play. And if somebody steals it off you, it's not a Fender Stratocaster. Do you know what I mean? You've not lost a hell of a lot. You can easily buy another one exactly the same for the same price, 150.
I'm not as much of a fan as everyone else on the internet seems to be. They're all right, but they're not the pure. No, they're not Jesus. It seems to be a pure. Oh, Harley Benton, they're not. It's like they're not Ibanez.
no, they're like Epiphone. Where they produce guitars that look lovely, and the reality of them is work in progress. They need stuff done all the time.
Yeah.
But if you can get a Harley Benton like that, and it's, do you know what I mean? It's properly set up, the neck's properly done, and your frets are all done. They're great guitars, and it's not a big deal if you damage it or lose it.
Fancy picture as well. Because
you're never going to fall. It's going to be like something cheap and nasty.
Yeah, talking about cheap and nasty. Nothing here's really jumping out at me. It's been something I would actually want to buy myself. I'm kind of watching this, and if there's something, I'll buy it live. A Joyo AC 120, not like the AC.
Joyo do good amps though.
It's 120 quid. I think the thing is, this is quite a different way for me looking at it. I'm normally just looking to see what's there, rather than going right. We're going to try and find an amp. Like I'm
trying to find guitars and amps. Trying to find a decent setup here, but there's not an awful lot on offer. What's that?
It's in Sanqua. It's got a metal plate on it.
What is it?
Don't know. Stratocaster. Shine.
No. Nope.
I had a Shine
some of them are
PRS copy that was really good, but I've also had a Shine Telecaster that was terrible. It was shite. Shine.
Tenorcaster, in the very true sense of the words.
Yeah, apart from the Tenorcaster.
Black Star. What is that?
That's the ID 15.
Well, we know for a fact you can buy it new for less.
Yeah. It was only 185 for the 40 watt new one, and that's only 15.
This guy took a shot at a crack pipe before he said he put his amp online.
Yeah. Hope he's not watching.
Eh?
No, it doesn't matter if he's watching. I suppose he'll be so cracked out his nut he won't register. Yeah.
It'll float his
Too busy going up here. How do you know I want crack?
He'll be looking for his crack pipe. Subbing up pedal for 60 quid. That's a brilliant pedal, by the way, if you want an octaver.
Are they not only about that new?
No, 80, 90 quid. So it's a small saving, but as a pedal, if you're looking for an octaver, it's got that thing where you can phone it.
I noticed that pal. Your pal with the big massive pedal board. The spectrum loading.
Yeah, it's really clever. Because it can honestly change the pedal completely. Look at that. What's that there? Pedals, 100 quid. I see a TT flashback in there. Look at that. 110 quid.
That's the Ditto
X4.
X4.
Where is it? Yeah, that's not bad. There you go. That's bad. They just melt my head, these things.
I don't know. I'm kind of quite liking the idea of having like two loops that you can just. I mean, mine obviously does. I don't think it's got two loops. You can't do one, do another one, then take the first one off. You can do one, then take that. You can sort of track it up and track it down, but that's clearly got two loops, so you can just completely change.
I think it's maybe actually even got 4.
You'll be able to overdub on each one, though.
That's what I mean. Okay. But 110 quid, that's not bad.
Yeah, these are difficult to.
See, these are the things where you can really start saving money when you notice these ones where it's big groups of pedals. Always make a point of having a look through them because there's sometimes a stupidly priced one in amongst it all.
Like you sometimes get the one where it's like I really don't like that pedal, therefore it's 20 quid. I can't be bothered looking it up, and it's like just because you don't really like that reverb or that whatever it is, it might be something very different. You know, an SG with but it says read the description. I quite liked it. Where is it? I think the price is fair. Leaves a bit to buy a new scratch plate. Quite like that.
What is the blood? Is that blood?
I'd imagine it's paint. Must be.
Oh dear.
I mean, I thought, to be honest, an SG special.
50 quid for an SG special is not bad.
Exactly. As he said, he's left enough for you to spend, I don't know, 25 quid or 30 quid or 40 quid or something like that on getting a black scratch plate, so it's just a normal one.
A tenner, don't they, the cheap ones?
I don't know if you get one that fits a Gibson. They're bastards about it. They don't. Okay. You're not going to get one that fits exactly on, because all the copies will be slightly different. £50 bass guitar, Cope Bridge. No.
Gear for music.
Gear for music.
No.
Well, to be honest, if you can play it and it's next door, and someone says, "Do you want to give me £50 for this bass? Try it." Might be alright.
Might be okay. See, the problem is with people buying guitars and stuff for bass for beginners is they tend to buy them a really hard to play, really hard to play.
Yeah, I know. Yes, you're going to the point of that for something like me. That going camping, that'd be great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, see that if you're a luthier or know how to set up guitars and how to do frets.
Yeah.
If you know all of that, that's perfect. But if you're coming at this as somebody who's not got
there's £73 again for that. It's just some dick being a dick.
Is that, or is that one of the miniature ones?
Oh, is that what the Lava-E thing is as well?
I mean, it's
that's what it is, and so is the Lava-E.
Is it?
And that's why it was a really bad picture.
Would it be a mod? But I think that's what that is. That's a model.
I think it is. Yes, yes. Like the slash Les Paul. That shows that. Is that the same? It's a lighter. There you go. Oh, Rock Band collection. There you go. You don't need any. You need to learn to play.
They're a piano for free. You need a big van though.
Yeah.
£45 Telecaster Project. What is that? What is that? Let me see it.
Telecaster for keen repair. Fintry.
Keep going, no, keep going.
Fintry's not far away.
Looking at the neck is not awful.
I think that might be an SX.
Oh.
Ooh.
What the fuck happened to that?
That's really annoying. Oh, it's Fintry in Dundee.
Yeah.
I thought Fintry's just up top of the campuses. So it's 10 minutes. But not that fun. Not the Fintry that's in Dundee. That's yeah.
That's.
So see if you decide that you're going to improve your tone and your sustain by converting your Telecaster to.
I'm not sure polyfill is a tone material though.
No, but that's obviously for the string through. So you want better tones, so you put a string through bridge in.
I think what's happened there is somebody's tried to make a top loader string through.
That's exactly. Right, that's what I'm saying. You want to make it string through for better tone. Or have they got a hold of someone's given them a Telecaster bridge and it's not a string through a top loader one?
Maybe, and they've tried to drill the holes and bust the back out of the guitar because they've not used a drill press.
I've just seen what the other hole is.
What is that other hole?
Do you know what it is? It's like it's got a push pull pot in it or something like that, and the cavity's not drilled deep enough to take a push pull pot. So they've gone like that with the drill and gone stuck it right through the guitar rather than just trying to drill down a couple of mil, isn't it?
Awesome.
Because that must be in line with where or is it?
It could be.
No, it must be here some.
I don't know. I was thinking with a Francis Rossi fan, just want to drill holes in a guitar. Maybe they get shot at. It looks like an SX.
I think it might be.
See if you look at the top of the straight headstock.
That bit there.
That bit, jaggy bit.
And it's an SX would be glossy, but that's obviously been sanded because they had to take off the SX logo. So to be honest, for £45,
because there's drill holes in the body and the polyfiller. It's always going to be a top loader because you can't re-drill.
No, you can't. It'd have to be a top loader from now on. Definitely. Is that a Roswell pickup?
Or a Warman?
It's a. You can't zoom in on me.
We're not letting you see. There's a photograph. No, it's the back of the body, isn't it?
Yeah. The thing is, if that's a Warman pickup, it's a £25.
See, it's quite funny the way they've worded it for keen repairer.
Yeah.
Keen.
For somebody who knows what they're doing.
Somebody who's completely insane.
Yeah. But you'll get a scratch plate for a £5.
It's a GSO because of what's been done to the back of the body.
It's not going to say.
It's not repairable, I don't think, is it? Is it?
No, but it's not structural.
That's one of the things that makes me run away. See when I see polyfiller in a guitar.
Yeah, but it's not polyfiller around the neck, and I've now got about 30 seconds to find out it's the remote control before my telly turns off. That's why it's saying shut down. The thing is,
yeah, I'm scared of that one. No.
Yeah.
Scary.
To be honest, if it had been the other Finch, I would maybe have offered him something for it.
Advice: not to wear white socks with dark shoes.
Oh, I want to see his shelves.
That's a solar guitar.
£450.
That's not bad.
John Firewood, I played the gold one of them. It was a really nice guitar. Was it a Squire? I can't remember.
Era 1x12 cabinet we had. How much was that? That one. There, corner. That one. What's the...
It's a Harley Benton vintage cabinet sold.
I'm noticing that he's got a wee amp on the floor. See that? Tube amp. Mini tube amp. What is that? See it?
Ibanez tube screamer, Ibanez phase modulator. Harley Benton vintage cabinet. It was a Joyo Zombie 2.
Right, okay, sold it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Somebody's selling a Marshall 2x12 for like 120 quid. I was going to send you a message about it. I maybe forgot.
We've already passed it.
Right, okay.
I thought it looked a bit tatty.
Yeah. God, look at this. So many tasty guitars. What's that? Marshall MG. That's one of the ones to avoid, right?
Where? That one?
Yeah.
It's
trying to explain to you.
A 50 watt Marshall.
It's the MG series.
I'm sure one of the guys used to teach guitar to bought a 30 watt one. I thought it was fantastic.
Okay. No, I've came across them as backline in really cheap places, and honestly they're terrible. Yeah.
I was playing down at down in the waterside, you know. I was surprised that it played along with the drum kit, but I mean, well, played along with.
There's an excellent Ibanez amp. That one there. Look at that.
He's
For
got
250 quid. Let's buy. I'm buying that.
Yes.
I've got my gigging amp.
Yeah. I don't think they wouldn't sell that 3x12 cabinet and below it though.
Oh, but still, I've got an amp that will sonically decapitate things.
Yes, it will kill. I think it was me.
You know that Les Paul's going to be an absolute fucking monster. Excuse my language. It's going to be really, really good.
The Greco?
Yeah. Well, they are. They just are. It's a 70s one, so it's going to be an absolute belter. They were literally blowing Gibson out of the water 100% with these guys.
Yeah, aye. £675 quid. I suppose you could mug somebody in your way with your 500 quid and get that.
Literally, it's as good as any Les Paul of that era that you'll find. Gibson or otherwise.
Yeah.
They're great guitar. Cream Barretta special. Hondo for 180. What was that? Who's on drugs? It's a Hondo 2 as well. Somebody else has been on the crack.
Oh, look, they've got their MG30 as well behind it.
Oh, classy. All class.
All class.
Oh. Do you know what? They're actually decent strats, but it's not 180 quid guitar.
No.
Even if it's Japanese, it's still not 180 quid guitar.
It's not Japanese.
It is.
No, it's not.
30-year-old Japanese guitar.
Yeah, but it's not a Japanese guitar.
I believe you. I do. That's what they're selling.
That's what they're selling it as. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not. No, it's a later on one. You bought Graphtec string trees for it,
and it's 180 quid. And he's no.
That's the sort of guitar I would sell for 120. That's
another good amp there. 2x12 amp. The crate one. There's a sessionette for 185 quid. That's an amazing wee amp right there. Look at that. It's a 2x10.
1980s solid state feedback foot switch.
Yeah. It's a great amp.
75 watt.
That's a beast.
Lots of ins and outs, that's what you want.
Yes.
And it's upside down as well.
But they're great amps. That's another gigging amp.
That's a cool pedal.
Yeah. Easy.
Another gigging amp.
When you think about, when we're looking at that other page, you could buy the cheaper solid state amps, but that's obviously going to be a better quality chassis and everything.
Yeah.
Than the cheap.
Well, it's that.
Yeah,
let's just say that or the ID core brand new.
That's what I mean. That's a louder amp than the ID core for a start.
Yes.
That's a 75 watt. Amp.
So
and it's a 75. It's a chunker.
So it's obviously
that's a good price.
Pretty cool as well. Oh, there's your Black Star HT1.
80 quid.
80 quid. That seems. I thought that's what.
There's that guitar that I just brought in.
EG112.
Yeah.
It is EG112.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Oh, you undersold it to me.
That's,
that's exactly the same guitar.
It's the same guitar. It's trade secrets. We don't give away our prices, do we? That's it.
Lock S coils in attack position.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the same
That's
guitar.
the one.
That's exactly the same guitar. Well,
135 quid. I think it's actually slightly overpriced. 100 quid. Pedal Train Novo 18, smaller than the one I've got here. Is it the same size? Smaller, I think. That's the smaller one. It is.
These look big, but it seems to be more like more. I think it's got to be
smaller that way. I'm pretty sure it is. Key ones. It may not be.
I think it is. Let's look at the size of the.
Pretty sure it is the smaller one. Not much smaller, but smaller.
Oh no! I think it might be. It might be deeper.
It might be the same.
Might be higher.
It might just be duff photograph angles.
Yeah, but I think you've only got 3 rows in your. Is it 4?
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's the same then.
Oh, that's got 1 extra. That's got 5. That could be bigger. I don't know. That's all right.
It looks squarer,
quid, yeah.
but yeah, that seems pretty good anyway.
Yeah.
Look used, but well looked after, as opposed to yours, which is not used at all.
Not used at all. Nope.
Oh, there's a Marshall stack for 200 quid.
That's the MG ones. That's the ones I was talking about.
Yes.
It looks like a lot of amp. Not really good amps.
Square bullet strap. They don't know. It cost 120 quid new.
Westfield Les Pauls are great, by the way.
It's 200 quid though.
That's a lot of money.
Oh. Is that because I've got a good one? Is that pure?
No,
I've got a good one.
It's not even though it's with the one with the hoop top. You get the one that's got the moustache top with a Gibson top on it.
Yeah.
That's the older ones. That Ibanez is going to be great. It's going to be basic, but it's going to be great. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what's wrong with that? That should have an ebony fingerboard or a painted, an ebonized, or your whatever. The stuff that's on that jazz bass.
Yeah, but 100 quid. That's going to be a great guitar. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to play in tune. The neck's going to be great.
Well, these are
100 quid.
Yes.
Both.
I don't know how.
You could literally. I've got 100 quid left. I'm buying that as well. Two guitars.
Buy that as well. It doesn't. I think it's not a Floyd Rose. It's a Strategy.
No.
I don't buy the carpets. Fucking manky.
I wouldn't bother with a Floyd Rose, to be honest with you. At that end, I wouldn't buy a cheap.
And I know,
one.
no, £100 guitar.
No.
You're better off with a.
They're a BC Rich Assassin. 120 quid. That's not bad.
It's got the paint job. It's a super strat.
It's 24 frets.
Hardtail.
Yeah.
2 humbuckers.
Terrible looking, but I mean it's going to be a playable guitar.
No, that's along the lines of being. I quite like the evil headstock on that one.
Yeah.
It kind of suits it, if it was just a Strat, that headstock, or like even the Jacksons, I struggle with that kind of.
It's a kind of metal guitar, isn't it? It's a punk guitar as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it's going to play okay.
Oh, it was the Body Art collection. That must be that.
Does that mean that comes off?
No, it's just like a
Yamaha did that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Perspex sheet.
The 321 FP or something.
You put your own pictures in it.
Yeah.
I'd have been young and filled it with not great pictures.
Yeah. I think they actually sold. They tried to sell it with actual templates, and then for about 10 minutes until everyone realised you could just put posters behind it.
Right, we're about to come across a Boss Katana. Now these are great amps as well.
I've never played one, but I know they're.
Right, that's the 100, and it's a 2x12. It's a transistor amp, but it's also got a whole rake of effects and stuff built in, and it's actually not bad. It's a very usable amp. Lots of people bought them and then sold them again. There was a lot. Do you remember that? The market was swamped.
I remember them being the thing.
Yeah, because everybody thought it was a replacement to a valve amp.
Right.
But once you get into it and you start listening to the sort of the distortion and stuff that comes with the amp, it's great, but it's
not a valve amp.
It's not a valve amp, but they're brilliant. See, for a gig amp, they're brilliant. The thing about it is, see, what people don't understand, you actually get a better bottom end thump from a solid state amp than you do a valve amp. Valve amps are all about warmth and overdrive. It doesn't have that thud that you get from a solid state amp, which is really handy in metal.
Yeah.
Jackson Adrian Smith.
A Baxter TVP.
15 too small.
So there's the red version of that Stag bass amp.
It's a great bass as well.
Yeah.
The pickup, is it alright, or is it?
They're fine. Good.
Okay.
The big chunky. They're a bit overloaded. You kind of maybe don't want to have the volume up at full on them. A bit.
What a Rick copy. For $250.
For $250, maybe better than
What's that, Alison? Albion. That's a decent amp. Hold on a minute. Is that not
50 watt 2-channel tube
is that
head?
not the Vox guy? It is.
Steve Grinrod, engineer of Voxen.
These are good.
Might trade for a small lunchbox valve amp head, huh?
Yeah. It's a very bright, very crispy Vox type amp, but that's really cheap.
I don't know. That's not probably the ones that Andertons had a big pile of. That wasn't. They kind of looked a bit like that, but
they were a bit more boutique. Do you know what I mean?
They were really cheap, but they were kind of styled similar to that.
This isn't a cheap amp. That's a really good price for that. An Albion.
Is that kind of
T50?
It kind of looks like it maybe is it like a Mesa Boogie where you've got like it does the Marshall sound and the Fender sound because it's got all the Marshall stuff and then it's got all the Fender stuff.
Yeah. Well, it said this is more voiced towards Vox, that kind of crystally clean Johnny Marr kind of thing. If you know what I mean, Jelly Bean. Yeah. Very bright amps, but that's a great price.
Get your Rickenbacker plugged into it. You're laughing.
Kind of thing. And there's a ID Core 100 for $250. That's dearer than the website.
No, it was 100. It was a 40 watt we were looking at on the website. So that's a 100 watt one.
So that's the combo version of my heads.
Right.
Which is brilliant. Yep. Dead loud. So that's going to be on a 2x12, and we know that the speakers that Black Star use are amazing.
Yeah.
The only thing that, no, in fact, that doesn't lack anything. The HT series Black Star amps are the Valve ones, and they all are lacking in the EQ. Just in the way that you can move the. I mean, it's not great. What you need to do is, if you get one of those amps, is you have to put like an EQ pedal in front of it.
Right, I've not even really touched the EQ on that. It does have an EQ on it.
What's that?
That's the HG one.
Yeah, but it's the bigger amps. They're just not for getting the sound you want out, and you can do a lot better by buying a wee EQ Boss EQ pedal, sticking it down.
Behringer EQ pedal, perhaps.
Even.
No, I heard something bad about the Behringer EQ pedal. It did not have. It doesn't have an indent at the centre.
Hold on a second. You go back up a second. Much was that Cajon? 20 quid.
That seems like a cheap for a Cahoon.
Why? Is it broken?
I made one.
I'm looking for one. I want one for the house. That's fun. Look, it's all cracked at the edge.
Has he not made it?
I don't know. It looks a bit. See the corners and stuff.
No, I think that's just made it of plywood. And he stuck a sticker on it. That's not a.
No, that can run away. That one can. Yeah, I'm looking for a Cajon at the moment, just for the house.
Yeah,
it's good for the kids.
I made one out of cardboard box. They're expensive to buy new, but you see them second hand cheap.
Yeah.
Like for 20, well, maybe not 20, maybe 30, 40 quid. You see ones made by not a person.
Actually, there's a band that make them. There's a Hondo, an 80s Hondo.
Oh, that's a much better one.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the deluxe series.
120 quid.
If it's playing really well, it's not the better one I was thinking of.
No. Oh no. Oh no.
Did I just see that first fret being what I thought I saw that first fret?
You did.
Yeah. So they're only showing you the first fret, you don't want to show you the second or the third one, really.
It's literally been dragged across a car park.
Well, yours must be good. Yeah, no.
Too much money.
No.
Too much money.
Too much effort for me. Even if that had been a bucky caster and that was 40 quid, I wouldn't bother with it because it's not worth it.
It's not a good enough guitar. It's just asking too much for a vintage guitar. Because it's vintage.
It's the one that I would buy for a tenner and make a point of making it work just because it was only a tenner, even though I'd spend far more time on it, and I'd be much better off just buying a one that worked for 50 quid. Yeah. Fernandez Dragonfly.
What? For 200 quid?
It can't be a Japanese one. Nice.
It's a Yamaha humbucker. It's had a life. Look at that.
Fernandez Dragonfly.
Might be Japanese.
It's a nice name though, eh? Fernandez Dragonfly.
It's potentially Japanese.
Those look like sort of DiMarzio-ish.
It looks really nice and clean, the routes as well.
Yeah.
Ooh. And it's scarf jointed neck, it's not. You can tell right away. It's
also the serial number starts FG, which I thought meant it's Fujigen. No, FG means modern.
Cheap.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the scarf joint that gives it away.
It's the joys of.
This is the fun of looking through stuff to find stuff that you can play.
But so many things like pure But you got to look. This is
what we got there.
Westfield electric guitar 60.
Right now, these Westfield guitars are actually no bad.
That looks very much like a mini guitar.
Tiny one, yeah. But see the Strats that you get, they're not bad.
As long as the neck's not. I've had a lot of bent neck ones, but I think they were maybe seconds or
something like that.
You know, somebody bought it. You know, thought, oh, it's what, £30 for a new guitar. That's great. That's not.
What on earth has happened to that? It's a GE.
It can be a GE.
It is.
No. It is, look.
It is a GE.
It's a GE. It's
300 quid.
That's good. It is, 300 quid.
Reduced from 5.
I think I sold it at 5 and thought, no, but I mean, basically, okay.
Hold on a minute. And they wanting trades?
I've modified it, as you can see, by removing all the original electronics and installing a single passive EMG. I blocked the volume tone selector with rubber stoppers. Easily removed, that's alright. Yeah. Well, include all the original electronics. Guitar has chips, as you can see pictured.
That's a Japanese guitar, though.
It's a Japanese with a Floyd Rose on it.
How much do they cost? They're quite expensive, aren't they?
I would. It's got to be, doesn't it? It's
got all the right stuff on it.
It does. They've got the scarf and the neck joint anyway, so the.
Have they got that anyway?
Yeah.
Standard, right? That's not bad actually.
Now you go around with a bit of black marker pen and fill in those. Things, no problem.
Well, it's Mojo. I mean, people pay that for custom. They pay people in the custom shop Fender to walk past your guitar.
I would colour those bits in with a black marker pen so that you can't see them from miles away.
But that represents a serious bargain for someone.
Is that? No.
I would buy that live on here if I was.
Is that the Artex in his roof I'm looking at?
Yeah.
It's just black.
I don't know. I think it's actually got. No, there's definitely a wood grain pattern there. That's
no, there is this wood grain. It kind of because it looks like the carpet. It kind of looks like the roof.
Maple. It's not the tiger stripe. It's the curly stuff. It's the nice stuff.
£300. That's not thing, is it? No, it's not. It's not T-gun.
That's interesting. That really is interesting. That's remarkably cheap.
It is. But it's remarkably cheap for someone like me.
What do they go for?
That's the problem, BC Rich.
What?
They don't. They went all over the place. They were really good, and then they were really cheap, and then they were really good, and then they were shite, and then now they're really expensive again.
Which one's this?
New, I don't know, 2007.
But it's a Japanese
JE is Japanese edition, which means they never sold it here, so it's.
Yeah. Was it made in Japan or was it made somewhere else though? Is the thing.
I think it's Japan.
Oh, God, you know it's going to be great, don't you?
So well, yeah, I've already got a Mockingbird though.
Nah, let's move past it then. I was thinking about it for your gig, for your setup here. That could be a good choice of
guitar. I've got one, but that's got a Floyd Rose, but I don't need it. Just take 12 string effect.
Right. A £360 Jaguar. What?
That's not a Fender.
Are you sure? £700 new. Keep going.
15 months old.
Fucking is. Excuse my language, but it is.
It's a Mexican one.
Yeah. But he's selling it too cheap.
He's got a humbucker on it.
That's cheap.
The thing is, what he's done is he said it was £700.
They are, but they are £700. Yeah, that's what they are. That's what they cost in guitar.
Edinburgh. Oh, I don't recognise any places.
Still though.
I just well.
See if we weren't doing a fantasy guitar thing just now, that's the kind of guitar that you could actually make money out of flipping.
Yeah, I keep meaning to go into that, but Budokan amp.
What's that? Another MG.
Earth Explorer 1 Blue. They're not quite cheap for a Les Paul Studio.
It's about the right price.
It's not slash colour though.
No, it's about the right price though. Yamaha Specifica, another one for 80 quid. What's that 120? That's
4x12 slanted cab.
It's just the cabinet though, which is not bad though. 120 quid.
Yeah,
a top box for £100.
I had one.
Yeah.
That's what I swapped for the 3x12 cabinet. What is the same one? It wasn't an oven, I saw it.
PVT-NT is a solid bass amp. It's a 15-inch driver.
I had a keyboard, KBA.
Same thing, basically, isn't it?
I think it was. I think it was exactly the same. Apart from it had 2 or 3 different switches. Oh, there's a really good. Yeah, I get a small PV5 watt
For £100.
bargain.
RG370, so that's one of the Indonesian ones, but it's going to be an amazing. There's a Gem Junior for $275. Look at that. That's a good guitar, by the way.
Yep.
It's basically a standard RG.
There's been
the most basic one you can get, and it's been painted up to look like a Stevie Vai one, but it's actually a decent guitar.
Okay. But I mean, those won't be. That's not stickers and stuff.
No, it's all proper inlaid.
If you're
it's not the like the ones you get on the Gem though that are all lovely.
Oh no,
no, they're fixed white. But yeah, I've tried one of these guitars and it was great.
£275.
And there's another one, an RG370B, which is going to be a decent guitar as well, for £200.
B's the baritone, isn't it?
No.
Heavy bass with body, both in upper work. Maybe not. This one's going to get B on it.
No idea why it's got B on it, but yeah, that's the 24 fret. It's a decent guitar. It's the same, basically the same.
I think that might be a baritone. Does it not look awfully long?
No, maybe. I don't think so. Maybe, could be right. But if it's a standard RG, then it's a brilliant guitar. Do you know what I mean? It really is.
B might stand for black hardware or something like that.
I'm not sure.
Or burst.
I can't remember Ibanez doing a baritone. Unless, they've done a 7-string and all of that. Yeah. I could be completely wrong, of course. Yeah. No.
No. You see that? You see the picture like that, but they clearly don't show you what it is. You have to.
That's what they do on the websites. They basically show you the Vantage. Look at that, an old Japanese Vantage from 1980 for $300. That's quite expensive.
It's expensive. I mean, it's a good guitar, but it's over. I'd be interested. That might be the one I had. No, mine was a KB.
Yeah.
I need to stand up. My back is killing me. This seat's the uncomfiest thing in the universe. Right, we've been doing this for an hour. Fuck it.
Right, let's pick something then.
Oh, I didn't see anything I liked.
Oh God, we did. The amps up at the top. There was that Vox amp was brilliant.
Yeah.
And there was the 100-watt Katana and the 100-watt Blackheart.
Yeah, but actually you get 3 amps and no guitar to play through.
But there was a guitar at the top.
I can't remember what it was either.
Yeah, there's definitely. Well, the point is that you could literally deck out a band for £500.
Yes. And especially if you don't like the bass player, you can. No, these things are. It's difficult.
Oh no!
I didn't even try and click on that. It just naturally did it.
Oh,
bastards.
Always happens in Scottish stuff.
Bastards. Oh, you play a Jaguar, I suppose. That was quite. I would consider it.
See that at 360 and the Blackheart. I'm going mad.
You're wanting rum? That's what it is.
The Black rum, Star.
Oh no, that's right. I've got my £500. I'm buying the Mockingbird.
Mockingbird and
the
Black,
big.
What's that? Roasted maple Stratocaster for £550. What? What are you talking about?
Bought a few months ago.
It's a Mexican player, but with
currently £800.
No, you're alright, mate. Okay. People put a lot of emphasis on these caramelised necks.
Yeah.
And they are nice, do you know what I mean? But blind test you, you're not noticing the difference.
How did we manage to miss that one? Oh, it's a terrible picture.
It's a terrible picture.
Is it real pictures? Or just pictures of the same?
I think that's basically like the one that Kerr's got.
I think this is a Trem. I think it might have been that exact one. Yeah.
No, he's got the Floydy type Trem.
Right, the SA 360F or the 380 or the 400 or something like that.
Hey, where was that guitar?
I can't remember.
Go to the top. Control H. Home.
There's that Granger amp that I had.
I don't even know what it was. But that's a decent amp as well. But
no, it was terrible.
Expensive.
Well, mine was. It's not that one because mine was a Granger, not an Epiphone. But it was so heavy, so much heavier than anything else. It was the same as my Panda. I think what's happened here is I've zoomed out at some point and it's given me an extra line. So it's wider. So there's all these things. The entire right hand side of the screen we've not seen.
Right. Well, the Boss Katana. See that one there? £250 with the foot switch.
Yep.
Where is it? It's down one. It's there. That with the foot switch is your amp because it's amazing.
Right.
It's got.
You can't get your over limit. You'd have to haggle with him and the.
No, I've got that 250 plus
300 for the box.
200 for the. You're going for the mock.
Oh,
I would go for something that. Do you know what I mean?
What's 200 quid? Was 250 quid or less?
I've seen loads. I've seen an Ibanez. We've seen a Yamaha. That Washburn.
No.
Looks decent for 140. It's one of the tiny ones though. See the way if you look at the short guitars. Yeah, they're not short, but they're needs a little neck shimming.
Right.
That says it there. Like needs a little neck shimming, so that means you can drive a bus under the action. Yeah. So it looks good. He's done good photographs. Yeah.
That's 140 quid. No, it's not 140 quid. It's 140 quid for someone like us. If it was a guitar I really wanted, which is not there. That's 66 Mustang. So
yeah, that Yamaha SG 260. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. 1980s SG original pickups and bridge. I'm buying that, and I'm buying that Boss Katana for 200 quid. So that's 460 quid. Yeah. I'm buying it. It's bought. Done. Yep, deal's done.
Yep, you can buy yourself the Super Fuzz as well for 20
quid. Honest, but I don't need it because I've got that Boss Katana. It's got it in it already, and it's got the foot controller, so I can actually set up effects, and I'm gigging. What's your guitar? You can do the Mockingbird and the Boss Katana for 500 quid.
Yeah, I'd want. Wouldn't really find it. I'd like to be that Sessionette one maybe.
Sessionette's
on the Black Star maybe.
Again,
just because I kind of know the Black Star, the Katana, I don't really want the effects. What's an HT?
That's the HT stage. That's the full fat. That's the HT.
It's a 60 watt one of these.
It's the tube.
Well, that's it there.
That's it.
That's my amp there. A 60 watt one of them. Basically that PV for 200 quid, and the
I'm changing
Mockingbird for 300.
No, I'm not.
No, I've already got this one. You got the Yamaha SG.
I get the Yamaha SG.
And you've got the effects, which you like, and I've got the right sorted. That's 200 quid. Anyhow, right.
See if you think about that, an HT stage 60, and what was your guitar? Mockingbird.
Yep. And because it's me, I would get that EMG pickup taken out, the original pickups put back in again, and sell the EMG pickup.
Has that got the foot control, so you can at least jump between the channels?
Yep.
It does. So you get your clean 2 levels of overdrive and reverbs. It's perfect. So it's basically overdrive 1 and a boost.
Yeah.
So there you go. You've done it.
I'm happy with that. I totally don't need that amp. I've got that one, but it's pretty much the same as that amp, really, isn't it? Really.
The EQ on that one's better. These are the ones that suffer for the EQ. I don't know why.
Right. But it does have all the EQ knobs on it. They just don't do what you want them to do.
Yeah, they're just the range of them.
Right. Is that maybe what this ISF thing does?
I'm not sure.
Does it not make it? Is that not the difference between an American amp and
I think so.
A British amp?
Yeah. But there's with an EQ pedal, they're great. I've found.
Yeah, you can pick up. I'm right at my £500 limit.
You're right on it. You don't even have petrol money, mate. You're going to have to hope that the Panda's up and going. Does anybody out there know how to fix it? What does he need to fix a Panda? What do you need to fix in a Panda?
Obviously, it keeps dropping it at 5th gear. That's what I think.
So, anybody know how to do a gearbox repair for a guitar?
Local, yeah. I can drive to you in 4th gear. It stays in 5th if you hold it. Anyhow, this has been too long. Rock on. I had to stand up. My back is fucking killing me.
Yeah. I don't know which way I'm pointing.
You're pointing at that one over there. Catch you later. Bye. And we'll stop recording.